Bungie just dropped a massive article on us about legacy focusing from out of nowhere. In today's video, we'll be reading through this article because legacy focusing is looking really interesting, coming very soon to Destiny 2. And weirdly, this article is bugged. Like all of the text is like black, which is not usual. So I'm just going to hit Control A for this one and highlight all of the text. So just understand that's why it looks a little bit weird. But here we go. Economy updates and more coming in Lightfall. Destiny 2 has been an evolving experience since day one. Compare the game at launch with how it is now, and many might not believe you're talking about the same game. Live service is funny like that, but it also means more room to play for developers to create thriving worlds and create more creative ways the community can inspire what's next. Last week we talked about extensive changes to the evolution of build crafting in that article, which I covered in a previous video, which was awesome. Today we're diving into how our in-game economy is changing, more into legacy focusing that has been talked about briefly, and giving a heads up to players about what's arriving and leaving the loot pool of greatness and other rewards. They're going to be completely removing umbral engrams, and they're going to make 801 have shaders available, just as a spoiler we're about to get to. Umbral engrams. Starting in Season 20, umbral engrams will no longer drop in Destiny 2, but don't worry, seasonal content will transition to use seasonal engrams. So now we're going to have seasonal engrams, and you'll be able to use those engrams to focus certain weapons and certain armor that you desire. Any umbral engrams that the player may still have in their inventory after Season 20 begins to be decryptable by Rahul. Will be decryptable by Rahul. 801 wares. 801 is also selling Destiny 2 shaders that have been unavailable for quite some time. 801 has wares if you have 10,000 Glimmer, but keep in mind that she'll only be offering 3 shaders per week. Bungie being a little bit stingy with their cosmetics as per usual. Nothing too surprising there with the transmog system. But you can get 3 of these shaders. Here's what she'll be offering during Season 20. If you're looking for some of these shaders, this is the time to get them, okay? I'll be reading through all of them. Burgusian Knight, Sato Tribe, hopefully I say them right. You can laugh at my pronunciation in the comments. House of Myron, Rasmussen Clan, Refurbished Black Armory, New Age Black Armory, Genotype Null Zero, Dark Omelon, Envious Touch, Gold Leaf, Golden Empire, Cinder Char, Shadow Guilt, Vitrified Chronology, Vitrified Duality, Valkyrie Zero, Midnight Exigent, Mad Monk, Bray Innovation, Arctic Dreamscape, Kairos Black, Kairos Bronze, Kairos Gold, Mercury Prophetic, Tangled Bronze, Tangled Rust, New Pacific Sync Worn, New Pacific Sync, New Pacific Rush Worn, New Pacific Rush, Flowers of Io, and then Echoes of Io, the Worn versions, New Monarchy Allegiance, War Cult Scheme, Dead Orbit Vision, New Monarchy Succession, that's one that I rocked still, War Cult Endgame, Dead Orbit Resurrection, New Monarchy Regalia, New Monarchy Diamonds, War Cult Camo, War Cult Rain, Dead Orbit Camo, Dead Orbit's Fate. All very exciting stuff. Happy to see 801 be selling some of that. Let me know if you're excited about that down in the comments below. Next up, we have Vanguard and Nightfall focusing. Starting in Season 20, Commander Zavala will offer the ability for players to focus Vanguard weapons and armor. Vanguard will be the final of the core rituals to get comprehensive engram focusing options. Vanguard engrams will be a virtual currency and will live exclusively on the rank progress bar on Commander Zavala. Vanguard engrams may be opened individually by players directly on Zavala. Vanguard gear focusing. Here we go. You can focus Vanguard engrams directly into either Vanguard armor or Vanguard weapons. Vanguard engrams. Individual pieces of gear must have been acquired at least once prior to being available for focusing. I think this article is a little bit buggy, so keep that in mind because of the text as well. Vanguard armor available for focusing in Season 20. The photo suede set. Class item is not focusable as class items do not have base stats. Vanguard weapons available in Season 20. We got the Xeno class shotgun, the third axiom, the Royal Entry rocket, which is going to be huge. The empty vessel, punching out one of my favorite sidearms. The Fortissimo slug shotgun. Strident whistle, bow, pure poetry hand cannon, prolonged engagement. Oh man, this is some exciting stuff. Brand new Vanguard weapons are drop only for a single season and then are available for focusing the following season. Zavala's focusing options will expand further during following seasons. Nightfall weapon focusing. Zavala will also offer Nightfall weapon focusing. Nightfall weapons must have been acquired from Nightfall strikes at least once before being available for focusing. So if you want to focus for these weapons, you'll have to have at least acquired them one time. So keep that in mind. But in doing so, obviously you can get the desired roll, the god roll you're looking for, right? The Vanguard cost is going to be 1 engram, 20,000 Glimmer, 50 legendary shards. The weapons that will be available will be Malicious Birthright, Mindbender's Ambition, Wendigo, Hung Jury, the Swarm, and the Buzzard. And then we have Adept Nightfall Ciphers. When completing Grandmaster Nightfalls, in addition to previously existing rewards, players will also, it doesn't say what they'll get, but I imagine they'll also get they'll get Ciphers. Number of Ciphers awarded per GM completion score. Platinum is 2, gold is 1, and silver is 0. So you'll want to collect this currency as well then. Focusing costs. This is where things get a bit interesting here. We've got Vanguard Engram cost 1, 3, Glimmer cost 20,000, 50,000, up to 50 shards, Adept Nightfall Ciphers. We'll have to see what this table looks like after it does get fixed. But it's cool that you can focus for some of these weapons that drop in the Nightfall, because there's some of the best loot. The Nightfall and the Vanguard weapons are really good. And you can also do trial stuff. We'll get to that in a moment. Zavala will offer a single Adept Nightfall weapon for focusing each week, matching the Nightfall weapon currently in rotation. Very nice. Adept Nightfall weapons available for focusing in Season 20. The Malicious Birthright, Wendigo, Mindbender, Hung Jury, the Swarm, Buzzard, Legacy Gear focusing. Here we go. Vanguard and Nightfall focusing isn't the only big update that focusing will get. In fact, every ritual will see growth in the number of items available for focusing as we introduce Legacy Gear focusing. The system allows for players to obtain many pieces of gear from the last several years of Destiny 2, many of which have not been accessible for quite some time. Crucible, the armor sets available for focusing, Sword Fight, Phoenix Strife, Anka Seeker, Wing Contender, Wing Discipline, Wing Theorem, Cinder Pinion. Armor focusing costs 3 Crucible Engrams, 50 Legendary Shards, 10,000 Glimmer. They go through all of that. That's what it's going to take to focus for that armor. What I'm most interested in are the weapons, of course, though. Nightfall weapons available for Legacy focusing. We've got the Plug One, Izumi, Hothead, Comedian, the Duty Bound, Silicon Roma, the DFA, and the Horror's Lease. Nice. Note, Adept version of Legacy weapons will not be available for focusing, so you can't focus the Adepts. Good to know. If a player has 7 Vanguard Engrams, 100 Legendary Shards, 10,000 Glimmer, 3 Vanguard Engrams, if a player has acquired the weapon previously, got it. Vanguard armor sets available for Legacy focusing. The Took Offense, the Shelter in Place, Xenos Veil, Phobos Warden, Vigil of Heroes, got it. These are all the different armor sets, and then the costs for them. We'll kind of breeze through that a little bit. We got Gambit sets as well that you can get, and has a similar cost to the previous stuff. And we've got the Iron Banner weapons available for focusing, Archon Slender Machine Gun, the Rizwalker Shotgun, Occluded Finality, Forge's Pledge, Peace Bond, Frontier's Cry. That's awesome. And then the armor sets as well to go with them, and then the costs, which are comparable to the others. We've got the Trials weapons, Gyro's Wrath, Reed's Regret, Aisha's Embrace, Burden of Guilt, Forgiveness. That's excellent. And then the armor sets as well, which I know some people have been looking for this for a while, is the Exile armor set. And then it has the cost for all of that. Okay, it just seems to be pretty expensive. Items like shaders, emblems, ghost projections, and other cosmetics that players could previously earn in-game will be added to match rewards. This means players who missed out on cosmetic rewards in the past have a chance of receiving rewards like the Carminica shader or the Red Jack projection at the end of a match. Got it? As of Season 20, we will see Legacy match rewards implemented for Crucible, Vanguard, Gambit, and Iron Banner. Details for Legacy match rewards for Trials of Osiris will come down the road. Lower focusing costs. We reduce the cost of focusing across the board when focusing items that are currently in the ritual loot pool available now. Crucible, Gambit, and Vanguard focusing will see the following costs. Got it. Good to know. All of the costs have been brought down. That finally will be in effect. There's the usual shakeup of loot coming with Season 20. Here's what you need to know about what's on the way. And on the way for loot to earn in Trials of Osiris, Iron Banner, and Nightfall Strikes. Trials of Osiris weapons leaving in Season 19. Here we go. The Forgiveness Sidearm and the Burden of Guilt Fusion are going to be gone. And the weapons being added for next season, the Astral Horizon. Sheesh. And the Immortal SMG. Very nice. Is that a new SMG? Am I having a complete brain fart? Is that a new SMG? I don't remember a SMG named the Immortal. I guess we just don't know anything about it. That must be new, right? That has to be new. Iron Banner weapons leaving in Season 19. The Razor's Edge Sword, Frontier's Cry Hand Cannon. And then we have the Iron Banner weapons being added. Okay. Jorm's Claw Pulse Rifle and the Bite of the Fox Sniper. Nice. Nightfall weapons leaving Season 19. The Horror's Lease is gone, and the DFA. Those are two of the better weapons. And the Nightfall weapons being added is going to be the Buzzard and the Swarm. Anyways, see anything in this blog post that you're surprised by? Anything you were hoping to see? Be sure to sound off over our new socials that will allow the community team to offer more insight. And then they mentioned their new team, the Destiny 2 team. And don't worry, there will be many more of these standalone blog posts in the future. So keep an eye out if you're looking for more about what's ahead in our journey to find the Witness. Let's go. There it is. That is Legacy focusing. Very much looking forward to that. RIP to Umbral Engrams. honestly, one of the biggest updates, one of the coolest things is the ability to get all those previous shaders that you couldn't get from Ada. Oh man, the cosmetic game is about to be level 9,000 after all these changes. Let me know what you're looking most forward to. Comment that down below and make sure to subscribe here if you want to stay up to date on all the news in Destiny 2. Smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.